Okay, so this next one, I'll do a couple of these at once because they kind of go off of each other. So we're gonna do our just regular squat, hold, and shift. We're gonna do our squat to hip lift, and then our squat to bridge. So for just the regular squat, we squat down, very simple. Now the key here, again, I wanna keep my heels down. So I don't wanna go like this. I don't wanna put my hands down. I wanna keep my posture good. I sit nice and deep. I sit into that squat. And then usually what I'll do once I'm down here is, again, the goal is to stretch the hips and the calves, the ankles, the feet, really everything. The quads, the glutes. So I'm kind of hanging out here because right now I'm getting a nice stretch. My Achilles of this side, quad of this side, the inner thigh a little bit as I open up. And again, just kind of go as long as you need. So I would recommend at least 30 seconds, but you can go up to a minute or more depending. And sometimes what I'll do a little bit, I'll stand up and then I'll do it again. But that said, at least one. So next one we're gonna do is our squat to hip lift. So again, similar concept. I come down into my squat, I lift my hips up. And you kind of see my feet turned a little bit, that's okay. And honestly, in this case, it's probably good because it'll give us a better stretch in our hamstrings. So as I come up, I keep my spine long, so I'm not here. But I can leave a little bend in the legs and I'm getting nice stretch or tension in my glute and hamstring. Now sometimes I'll go side to side. As I go this way, I'm getting a deeper stretch on the right side. As I go this way, I'm getting a deeper stretch on the left. So again, you can play around with that. And then from there, we pull our hips back down underneath, really posture up. And then we're gonna do about 2 or 3 of those. In this case, we'll just do 2 for time's sake. But again, anywhere from like 2 to 5 is fine. Just whatever you feel you need for that day. Then posture up, good squat on the way back up. And the last one we'll do is our squat to bridge. Now this one's a little more complicated. I'll try to be efficient with how I describe it. Thankfully you've already done this a few times, so hopefully you get it a little bit. But I'm gonna squat down. Now from this squat, I reach back. I don't wanna just fall into it, I'm gonna hurt my wrist. I want to put my hand by my foot, slide it back, and kind of walk it back. Depending on the friction you have. So if I'm on a very slick surface, I'll slide my hand back. If I want something very sticky, I walk it back. So kind of similar to how you would even do if you were striking, like you adapt to the surface. So this is kind of sticky, so I'm going to walk it back. So I squat down, hand to the ground, I walk it back. I want to be in a position that when I bridge my hips up, I'm stacked right over my shoulder, so my shoulder's right over my wrist, and I have at least like a 90-degree angle on my hips. And I want my knees to stay open as if I'm doing a squat. So from here I bridge up, I reach across. Now as I reach across, I'm getting a nice stretch in my thoracic spine. And then you kind of see, I'm not just reaching straight out, I'm kind of reaching at this angle here. I try to tell people almost like I'm diving that way. Then I'm gonna do a big circle as if I'm trying to do a back bridge. So I go reach, come around, then I go the other way. Reach, come around. Now, the reason we're trying to emulate that back bridge is eventually we'll be able to do a back bridge. Now, I can go into the bridge, somewhat smoothly. I cannot come back out, at least not yet, because my wrist mobility doesn't allow it. But in the future, as I progress, then I will. So it took me a while to work up to this. So this is what we're shooting for eventually. So hopefully you can do this at some point. So from here I reach and I go in to the bridge. You can see I rotate that wrist, I hold it, and then if I could, I would exit the same way, but can't do that with my wrist. I come back to the squat, then I do the other side. So here I bridge up, reach across, so hopefully you see as I reach, see that stretching across my mid-back, hopefully. Then from there, I reach around, keep the knees apart, reach around again. And then this side is not as good, but I can still do it. I'm gonna go into the bridge. Try to extend as much as you can. Here I have to just gently come down, come back to my squat, and up.